Hi, welcome to 45 TV. It's Politics with Jude. I'm here with Drai. Drai, how's it going?
Hello, Jude. It's been a long time. I mean, it's good.
Yeah, it's been quite a minute.
Yeah, I mean, school has kept me quite busy and made me absent on set. But let's make good use of the time we have now.
Great. You know, it's that time of the year again. Politicians have become the top marketers. You know, they are coming to us, promising us that they're going to bring God to sit next to us. You know, to give us and get us anything we want.
Exactly, like one politician did, and now we have the most expensive hole in Ghana. So it's I'm not surprised. It's normal.
Yeah.
It's normal.
So today we're going to look at a lot of issues. We're going to look at what the president is saying, what some political actors are also saying. Then again, we're going to delve into the most disturbing issue in the country as at yet. We talked about it the last time. We talked about it the last two episodes. The problem hasn't been solved, so it is very important that we hammer that point again.
Yeah, we have to. Dumsor, right? Dumsor.
We're going to keep talking about Dumsor till we have
consistent you mean?
No
Yeah.
doom,
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Yeah. So I want to start off with this. To our viewers, we thank you for keeping with us. Subscribe, comment, like. You know, Drai is always happy to be here with me to delve into the political matters over here in far from what?
Political matters that are far from, being actualized. It's always promises that, like, people always promising us utopia, but then Italy, we are in the trenches.
100%. We're going to start off with a deal that was signed by the GRA and I think Strategic Mobilization Limited or something, SML.
Yeah.
It is believed that Ghana was shortchanged to a large extent. The deal is in 2018. They signed a $1 billion contract to facilitate, I think, digitalization for government. We did hear of the brouhaha around it, and then a lot of Ghanaians actually show their disgust, I should say, for the deal. Some went to the extent of saying it's a stinking deal. It's shortchanged Ghanaians at large. We had
the recent one I heard is that the SML deal is like a Japa in suits.
Yes,
Yeah.
right. People did say that.
Yeah.
It's also believed that there is some underhand dealings and somebody is benefiting directly from that. This led to the president
Asking KPMG.
Asking or procuring the services of KPMG as an independent arbiter to look into the deal. Now, KPMG went in there to look at the deal. KPMG also got shots from some of these CSOs and whatnot, saying that they will mar their image and name if they should do this auditing.
Yeah.
They didn't pay any heed. They went in there. They did the audit. They got their findings, and then they gave these findings to the president. You know, the president, as per the law, has to look at it and then issue a white paper on the situation. The president perused the findings of KPMG and decided to keep it in his drawer.
Actually, not absolutely so. Portions of the report that support the government's position on the matter were released. I.e., part of the report that was like, the SML GRA deal was clean and there's nothing illegal about the deal. That was communicated.
So if it's clean,
right?
Why don't
people
want
a comprehensive?
Yes.
People want the detail itself. It tells you that there's more in the report than just what we know right now as it is out there. So it's clear that this is just let's bring in someone who the public believes is credible, which is KPMG. Let them do a report, and then let us pick portions that support our narrative. and that supports our position, that supports our stance, even before we bring in these independent auditors to do their work, and then put that out there to support the entire agreement and all of that. So it's basically what it is, shaping narratives all the time to foster and advance someone's peripheral interest and all of that, like you said. So again, if the report is really what it is in its full detail, what we know right now, I don't think the president should be hesitant in releasing the report out there. So there's something fishy somewhere that nobody wants us to know. And given the fact that we are in an RTI era,
I was going to come to that,
and
because
the
Media Foundation, the Media Foundation for West Africa just hit hard at the president that this is actually a travesty in the face of the RTI bill, in fact the RTI law that has been passed. That's the Right to Information law. You know, where when you demand for information, when you request for information, as a public official, you have to cough it up. They're saying
maybe there may be some caveats in the law that maybe some information will not be released. Maybe there can be that kind of lacuna that can still be exploited by these politicians, because you know that's what politicians do always do. The law exists, and they find some loopholes within the law and exploit it to their advantage. So that's what they always do. So maybe the RTI has some inherent lacuna somewhere, and
that could say that.
That could say that. Well,
information and whatever resides in the bosom of the president.
It could be sensitive matter. They could say maybe matters of national security, as they always allude to, and these matters are sensitive that if they release it out, it will cause a lot of mayhem. So
but right,
for those piece of information, they'll keep it.
You're right.
That could be it.
But right, the government through the Ghana Revenue Authority entered into a pact with
SML.
With SML on behalf of Ghanaians.
Exactly.
So how is this the private business of His Excellency the President?
It's not a private business. I mean, the president owes the nation a lot of things like security, safety, and all of that. And part of that includes managing information that is released out there. So imagine that there is a bomb going to hit Ghana today, and the military or the military apparatus were able to detect that. Do you think they'll communicate it to the public? It's going to cause panic. It's going to cause a lot of mayhem. People want to know more. So use that as analogy.
No, these two instances are distinct.
No, it could be the same thing. It could be that I'm trying to play the devil here and play a government's proponent here. I see
your point, but we're talking of stinking corruption
here. I mean, as for GRA matter, we don't even want to go there. Remember this guy, Amishadai's issue. So I think GRA is
you know what? Talking about Amishadai, you know what happened recently? I think I had a show with Kosa, and we talked about Mishadai. In fact, we took him to the clinic. So when he couldn't tell his own age, right? And he had to solicit the advice of the deputy finance minister to tell him his own age. Now, fast forward, we had Amishadai and his whole board. They were disbanded, they were let go. Only to wake up on a Monday morning, everybody has been let go. Amishadai has been reinstated. What is it with Amishadai and this government?
He's that guy.
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 Yeah.
Okay, I think we should talk about something else, because Jared, we will talk and talk and talk. So I mean, yeah.
So, like I said, it's that time of the season for politics. You know, we're in an election year, and politicians are going to throw a lot of things out there. For some reason, in this era, where during the MPP primaries, the president himself did allude and concede to the fact that, yes, there's been struggles in his government, and he believes that the next government or whoever takes over from him will come and fix the problems, the challenges. This week, the president is ahead at a function saying that Ghanaians should fervently vote out John Mahama.
Shouldn't vote for him.
Yes, because he can't protect his... Right, he's going to come destroy his legacy. What legacy are we talking about?
Addo D is that guy. Addo D is my man. Legacy, legacy. Plenty.
What legacy are we looking at?
Sloganeering legacy. Free SHS legacy. Dumsor legacy. SML Ejapa Rot legacy. Protecting Tiladapa legacy. Interfering in special prosecutor's duty legacy. Interfering in legal matters and other arms of government legacy. The legacy is just, the list is endless. I think that is the legacy that he doesn't want anyone to come and protect, and he wants his own to come and do that job for him. Right. It speaks to the fact that I think it would be maybe a subtle reply to Mahama. I don't know who said this first, that when they come, Mahama said that when he comes into power, he will make sure that anyone that misappropriated state funds will be held accountable to that. If you are assistant president and you hear this, that and there are evidences that people misappropriated funds under your watch, and the next government is coming into power and it's not from your party, you should be scared. Because when they start hunting people to account for their actions, names will be called, and ultimately that name may lead to you. And already you've had people with high credibility tagging you and labeling you with nasty names when it comes to corruption. People calling you the mother serpent of corruption and all of that.
Clearing agent
and all of that. So at least you always want to fight for someone who's coming from your quarters or from your side to come and defend that mess.
I'm still grappling to understand the legacy here.
The legacy is what I
believe, and I think viewers should forgive me for saying this. I believe that His Excellency Akuffo would have, I'm choosing my words carefully, would have been the best president Ghana, wanted.
He's not.
But with all the resources at his disposal, and with the level at which he's allowed a lot of misdoings and acts of omission and commission to go without any recourse to the law, people doing things with impunity, gross impunity, and he in turn comes to cover for them. It has allowed the seeping corruption to become an ocean, and it has broken every moral and ethical fiber that we have as a nation, right? And over time, what this has led to is a degradation of his own legacy in his era or tenure as president.
That is your perspective. Other people may disagree with you and cite examples that say otherwise.
So what legacy are we protecting here?
Remember was it Deputy Finance Minister or something?
The only legacy Akuffo His Excellency can talk about that he is protecting is the legacy in the MPP. He has built a very good establishment in the MPP that if it's not the Akuffo way, you are out. I'm sorry. I'm neither here nor there. But that is the only legacy, and that legacy, as it stands now, right, is being rummaged through, is being thwarted by the guy they're trying to put out there. They have a political strategy of saying, hey, go out there, say all the nastiest thing you can say about us. Don't worry, we'll come, we'll wear the cloak, of many colors that you put out there, and we say, yes, we didn't do it well, just to project you for whatever, I don't know, whatever quid pro quo they have as an agreement for allowing him to go out there and speak so badly about his boss, and then it's okay. Right? So why is the legacy? That's why I use the word.
So free SHS not a legacy.
So I use the word grappling. I use the word grappling.
Okay.
I think that the level of intellectual dishonesty that has been going on in Ghana for a very long time is pretty nauseating. I'll tell you why. Free SHS, right? it's not a novel idea or concept by His Excellency the President.
Okay, but its implementation.
In
the way and manner in which it has been implemented now.
The process even began as far back. It's not even NDC MPP. The process even began as far back as Dr.
Nkrumah's time. Yes.
Right? That is where Nkrumah, coming from the United States, right, tried to test the idea of, having education free for the less privileged. Now, for political expediency, this particular president said, no, free SHS for everybody.
Exactly.
No, hold on.
Everyone is benefiting.
No, hold on. Discerning minds, they tell this president that if you're seeking political grandiose, whatever it is that you want to do with this free SHS thing, it is a bomb. In fact, it is a nuclear bomb that is going to detonate, and every nook and cranny is going to feel the effect of it. It's like, no. He turned deaf ear to every listening idea.
That is
today. You see, we as Africans, and I'm not going to limit this to Ghanaians.
Yeah.
We as Africans tend to go with quantity instead of quality. Right? The quality of the free SHS is nothing to write home about. Where students don't even have books, some struggle to even have structures to study in. And also we also have issues where food is a problem. Bro, what's the importance of this free SHS thing?
Senior Jude, listen. I listened to you carefully speak and put across your analysis and submission. Listen, Akuffo is the embodiment of boldness, courage in the face of, like you said, discerning minds that have probably their own agenda to advance. But as a leader, you must make sure you stamp your feet and make sure your ideals are implemented. And that is what Akuffo embodied when the debates of how to implement the free SHS became a topical issue. The way and manner in which the free SHS has been running obviously has issues like every other thing has had. Before free SHS came, there were food crises in senior high schools, even at the time where they were paying school fees. Evidences are there to support this assertion. Before there was free SHS, people were studying under trees. Evidences are there to support these assertions. So the issue of saying that it is free SHS that is causing us to still have people studying under trees is not one that I will let us slide in this conversation.
No. Then you get me wrong. Then you get me wrong. I am not saying that free SHS. Sorry, I'm not saying that schools under trees. I'm not saying that food crisis. I'm not saying that all the things that bedevil students at the secondary and even to a large extent primary.
Prior to SHS.
Yes. I'm not saying that the antithesis of that is free SHS. Then you're putting whatever I'm saying out of context. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, so I think
no.
Okay,
because you said this, I have to clarify.
Okay, clarify.
I am saying that these problems exist. Our education system, especially at the post primary level, right, has always been challenged. These problems, right, need to be addressed. So before rolling out the free SHS en masse, right, it would have been proper to address these challenges.
Oh, okay. I get you. So
it would have been proper to address these challenges.
Good.
One, put the structures
just in place before you run a fully fledged.
Who built a house
by building the roof first?
Not even that on sand, right?
Akuffo.
Well, here you are playing the devil's advocate, and there you are again throwing him under the bus.
Akuffo is that guy. I mean, but let's
we cannot say that the problems exist and let's still go ahead with whatever we want to do. If not for a word I use like political expediency, if not for just
political scores and all of that, just to appeal to the masses.
If not to be a populist, and there is no better populist in Ghana today than Akuffo
and the MPP.
This is pure populism.
Yeah, they're very good at naming.
It's very explanation.
Yeah,
right. So that's what I'm talking about, and I'm not even playing devil's advocate here. I'm speaking to the issues, right?
Yeah.
When you're talking about schools under trees, and Akuffo being a very bold person. Now, let me tell you, prior to 2016, 2015, because of populism, let me put it that way, because of populism, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the gentleman seeking to become president today,
was giving lectures.
No, in 2015, donated over 200 chairs to schools in the northern region, right, to get these students out of the trees, sitting under the trees and whatnot.
On the floor and things.
He partnered with some private entities to see if they can construct a classroom block for students.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, Akuffo and Bawumia, whilst in government, lack the locus to say that they do not know that these problems exist, before considering rolling out.
They know.
No,
but they are also. Why
am I taking the phone here for?
They know, but they also understand that in status quo, people need education. We need to increase the literacy level of the population to make governance a difficult thing to do, because I stated that the most difficult people to lead are educated people, because you want them to have discerning minds to be able to constructively criticize the government and put the government on their toes. So at the time, I think in the intelligence of Akuffo Bawumia, why can't we be taking students or schools under trees and running free SHS at the same time? It's not possible. So I think we should look at things from that perspective as well. They are trying to give everybody education, at the same time trying to progressively migrate people from under trees and give them proper education, which is why they even had an idea of advancing and making post-basic school education more lucrative and more appealing by establishing model schools and STEM schools and all of that. But before you cut me, right, I think let's come back to the matters and the reality on the ground. Akuffo's legacy, or the MPP's legacy in this government, has just been, let me use the word branding, or let's make things that appeal to the masses and make us more popular, sensationalize the minors, major on the minors, find very good PR team that can project the least things we do as grandeur and all of that. But actually, the reality is this: there's this gross misconduct, opulence, the way in which government spends without any check and recourse to the average Ghanaian's state of being is what we really need to talk about. The high rising level of corruption, clearing agent job that Akuffo is perfectly excellent at doing. I don't think anybody can actually match Akuffo in that capacity. It's a very good legacy that we do not need to let it slide. We have to amplify it. We have to really talk about it. I mean, the idea of promising and failing. Think about Agenda 111. We were promised Agenda 111, I think, under 11 months. We are where we are today, and no single Agenda 111 facility has been commissioned. If I'm wrong, kindly comment under the drop your comments with evidences in the comment sections that this facility under Agenda 111 here has been commissioned. La General Hospital, or if I'm mistaken, there's this I think it's La General Hospital. Yes, it was broken down, collapsed, and to date, the hospital has not been put back again. Look at how the Rich Hospital was reconstructed. The whole hospital was not broken down. Parts were broken and rebuilt in peace as critical wards were still in place and giving services. But Akuffo and his team says that, collapse the entire thing. Let the people suffer. Let them die. It's a legacy you have to talk about. Finally, the legacy of choosing and deciding where development should go to is something that we have to talk about. I mean, to tell people that because they did not vote for your MP, so you can give them roads, it's a good legacy to amplify. It tells us where your loyalty is. Your loyalty is to your people, those who vote for you, and not necessarily the entire nation that you sworn an oath to deliver socio-economic emancipation to. Recently, another one again about roads, where roads need to be constructed and all of that. Akuffo clearly said if he doesn't give approval that roads should be constructed here, it won't be constructed. So it's a good legacy, a very wicked one. Pharaoh. That's the title. Finally, respect and gross misconduct to high-ranking traditional officials. I mean the chiefs. Recently, you saw Akuffo picking and choosing who to accord respect to. It doesn't speak well of a president, and this legacy shouldn't go under the bus. We should talk about it and taunt him with it. If that's what you are looking for, that is exactly it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Drai couldn't have said it any better. These are the legacies our president has manifested for prying eyes
and for posterity.
For posterity. We want you to drop your comments and let us know the legacies of this president, and let us know why these legacies are not worth another day. Drai.
Boss.
Yvonne Nelson reached out to Kofi Bentil.
I am not Yvonne Nelson. I am not Yvonne Nelson.
Nelson reached out to Kofi Bentil and said, hey Kofi, do you recall as far back as 2014 we had a demonstration? I think we have to do it again.
Yeah.
Let's do it again. Let's hit the roads and then
make a demonstration. Let these politicians know that they cannot take us, the independents, the neutrals. Yes. The neutrals.
They can't take us, the neutrals, for granted. So let's get our guys together again and then hit the roads and then do a demonstration. I think Kofi replied her and said, "Hey,
not here.
Let me sit in my darkness in peace."
Yeah, Kofi Bentil is, I think, MPP, right?
He is affinity. He has an affinity.
Yeah, relations with the MPP.
Yes.
I think he did the same to Imani and also to Bright Simmons. And Bright Simmons replied to her squarely on Twitter that, I mean, when we are actually putting the government on the toes on very sensitive and very important matters and engaging the government at high-level intellectual conversations on bad policy framework design and all of that and implementation. Where were you? I mean, we are still actively working and putting government in check.
Yeah.
So don't make it look like we are the ones preventing you to go and have your demonstration.
True. I want to link this to something though. Sorry for interjecting quickly. But I want. What do you make of the belligerence of the energy minister, Matthew Poku Prempeh, in the face of the electricity challenges and the response
he's giving to people
so far? I see a level of consistency in his arrogance.
That is what I'm looking for.
Right. As education minister, every time something goes wrong in the sector, and you try to talk about it, he's going to point fingers at the previous government, even if it's something that has got to do with the current state of being. He's going to say, "Oh, it's because this person was in government. That is why you are asking me this question, and then that is why this is happening." And he's repeating same at the energy sector. Your take on it?
Matthew Poku Prempeh is. I hope I got the name correct.
Yes, Matthew Poku Prempeh.
Yeah, Napo.
Yes.
Napo is my guy. I mean, I just like people who are arrogantly arrogant. Like,
no, but it's.
I mean, people who are. it's. I'm just trying to be sarcastic here and very ironic. But the truth of the matter is this: if you were voted in power on the ticket of humility, on the ticket of sensitivity and apathy, and the idea that you feel the pain the ordinary Ghanaian is going through, and for that matter, you should be given the nod to take position of leadership, and you get into that space and you conduct yourself in that manner. It's sickening. It's really, really sickening. It's something that needs to be, I don't know what word to use to sound very decorum on this platform. It's bad. It's just bad. You were asked that wouldn't you provide a timetable for the load shedding exercise? It's as if once they concede to providing a timetable, they are conceding that the Dumsor exists. The very thing they don't want to agree and accept is the name Dumsor, which they themselves coined. Now, again, like I said earlier, this government is very intelligent in coining names, in sloganeering. Yeah. Look at the new term they've brought. It's Doom CAC. Yeah. We don't care what you are doing in the doom. Whether you are doomed to CAC or you are dooming because you just feel like dooming. The average citizen doesn't want to live in darkness. Businesses thrive on constant supply of electricity. If you keep cutting the powers without any proper roadmap to guide how businesses should run, how individuals should plan their day and all of that, you are doing a disservice to the nation, to the average citizen, right? And to even be dragged to a committee to respond to questions concerning the matter and to be replying in this manner gives the idea that this is someone who cares less. To hell with you. I have power in my house. When power goes off, generators automatically turn on.
At the expense of the taxpayer.
Yeah, they don't feel it.
At the expense of the taxpayer.
Exactly, they don't feel.
You have to add that though.
Yeah, at the expense. Exactly, they don't feel what the average citizen is going through. Yeah. So again, they just take us for the ride, speak anyhow, and what actually baffles me is that they are like regular citizens who do not have power, who in the secret of their closets cry and bemoan the situation, come out publicly and support these statements and even advance it in conversations to defend the government. It's really, really bad. Yeah, I think comments like this should warrant arrest. Like you should be, you should be punished for making comments like this.
I'm going to come to the special prosecutor, but I want to make a quick point on the point you're making. You know, Opoku Prempeh Matthew has been emboldened by the president because on May Day, the Labor Day, Ghana, the president in his speech did also accede to the fact that there's no
exactly why. Again, I said this on our previous episode that we are in an election year. For political expediency, for political scores, to look popular and be in the place of advantage to win the polls, they are not going to concede to the realities that are happening on the ground, which is bad for the average citizen, right? At least you owe us that honesty. You should have a scintilla of honesty in you, of truth in you, to admit that this is the situation. Right. This is what we are doing. Right. When DDEP came, they came to us and told us that, it's burden sharing. That was the term they used. Yes. Let's share the burden. Yeah. Government is taking part of it. Yeah. You to accept a slight haircut on the money, right? You see the way the situation is. When they are in a precarious situation, see the way they present it and appeal for your support and your participation. Right. But when we are in the place of need, see the way they see their posture. It tells you that these people, they are wicked people.
Viewers, let's get your take on this Dumsor situation. It doesn't seem to be going anywhere. We've procured all the generators, we've procured all the devices and machines and whatnot. Once upon a time we heard it's a financial problem. What is it that our politicians are unable to figure? What is it that the policy directors or those who are in charge of making policy to advise government, what is it that they are missing? Let's hear from you in the comment section. Right. I want to ask this question. Is the Office of the Special Prosecutor a lame duck?
Again, my response to this is going to be that once you are an institution or an agency that was set up by the government of the day, or by let's even say by law, that you were set up by law or you were created by law, but then the individuals that man the office were persons that are appointed by a president. Trust me, you always be a lame duck, or you seemingly be that. If you want to be that guy to fight the power that gave you power, you are going to be ousted.
Yeah, because I don't understand why one office that's supposed to be the watchdog over corrupt activities and unscrupulous political actors, right? That one office has struggled before its creation, now in its creation, and it looks like the Attorney General, the President, and everybody keeps taking swipes at it to the extent of the Supreme Court, the courts also taking swipes at this institution.
It tells you how far, how deep political executive manipulation has gone in our government machinery, in various government architecture. It tells you how far, and that is very bad. I mean, if you had a good intention and had good faith for moving and proposing for the establishment of an entity like the Office of the Special Prosecutor to fight corruption, and you are the guy fighting the guy you give power to fight corruption, it doesn't make sense. There's a big logical dissonance here, right? And the only thing that I can say, maybe again, when issues that come up to the Office of the Special Prosecutor are being pursued in law or in the court of law, maybe there may be procedural issues, or there may be some, again, other aspect of the law that looks like would be exploited to protect and safeguard those who perpetrate corruption. And that's always been the case. For the law will always have a loophole that can always be exploited to protect some people. And that is what is happening right now. If there is no meddling from the presidency in the operations and day-to-day activities of the Office of the Special Prosecutor, then the other explanation could be that, well, there are provisions within the law that still gives certain level of protection to people who perpetrate in corruption, which is why the office cannot pursue these people at its full rigor and get these people accountable.
Yeah,
right.
Because a case in point,
yes,
is Cecilia Dapa.
Exactly. So now, the office recommended that case to Iyoko.
Yes.
Iyoko says that the office didn't give them some evidences or some documents.
Right.
The office says, I'll give you a document. So look at this chicken fight.
So besides the chicken fight, Cecilia Dapa is indicted. The presidency, what happens? The president writes a love letter to Ghanaians saying that he believes that at the end of it all, Cecilia Dapa will be vindicated.
I'm not surprised Attorney General made that comment now.
The Attorney General,
yes,
right, in the face of the Special Prosecutor going in there and then seizing cash, comes out and writes a whole report saying that Cecilia Dapa is innocent.
Yes, there's nothing illegal about it.
The court is saying that all monies taken from Cecilia Dapa's home should be returned to her.
Yeah,
that's the court.
It's election year. That's sponsor campaign.
Exactly. And Samuel Ablakwa, Council of State, says that there is no law that says that you can go into somebody's home
because of suspicion. No, but I think you can't. I heard him speak. I want to quote what he said.
a legal luminary saying this.
When people like this make such utterances, it tells you how bad the situation is for us. Then it tells you how far away we are from achieving some level of some level of salvation
or justice.
It's not going to happen because the highly intellectual people, again, it comes back to the point I'm saying that because of how knowledgeable they are in the matters of law, they are able to tell on technical lines.
No, that's not technical. That's manipulation. And it's intellectual dishonesty.
No, if the thing is there, like this is the thing, right? There is technicality to everything. And there is essence of them. The essence of a thing does not necessarily equate to its technicality.
Beating Ghanaians on technicality. These guys are just being brazen with their lies.
If not the case, then office of the special prosecutor should be able to run these guys and face these guys on and then win cases. But only petty crimes, and I mean, look at a whole office created by law. It's just fighting petty crimes of people who are stealing cars and things. I mean, meanwhile they are Dapa and things right now.
We'll have to wrap this episode up. It's a good episode so far. We'll have to wrap it up, and then Drai, I'm going to give you this opportunity to talk to our viewers about the Legaton Prosperity Index. You know, these guys keep throwing things out there.
Well, I mean, we like indexes, we like ratings, we like rankings. In fact, we have rankings on our economy, B+, A+, C++, that kind of thing, right? And when it comes and it favors your government, you praise it, you use it to advance your campaign and all of that. When it's against you, you discredit it. This government has done that before. I mean, this very same corruption index, perception index that they used to campaign against the Eswal administration, now is rating them low and they're discrediting it. And now we have a new, I mean, they've been in existence for a long time, but for matters of misinformation, they are popular in the media now. That is the Legaton Prosperity Index. What they essentially do is that they study a country, or they study various sectors of the country: governance, economy, education, and then they rate they bring out a rating called the Prosperity Index. They believe that the progress and success of a country is beyond just economic macro figures and indexes. They think that it goes into matters of corruption, matters of how educated people are, how they are governed, the level of freedom they have, and all of that. So on that, they are able to score the various sectors and find a way of aggregating these scores of the sectors to give you one figure, which they call the Prosperity Index. And recently, as matter of fact, Ghana, in their 2023 report, Ghana is ranked 98th. So Ghana's Prosperity Index score is 98 out of 167 countries. If you take sector-wise, governance, I think, did better. We can just cross-reference the document online. Give me a few minutes to do that. Right. But basically, that's basically what it is. It's not like Ghana is ranked 137 out of what you saw in the media. Yeah. When it comes to education, we the educational sector, we were bad. We were bad. I think that's why one of our worst rankings. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's 118. So if you can get access to it, and I'm sure the producer will put the charts on the page for you to see where Ghana is ranked and where the various sectors, how the various sectors were scored. It comes to support the claim that indeed certain policy design and implementation, as far as education is concerned, is problematic and deserves some attention. And some the word that has caused a lot of problem is revision. I revise the policy. People say it means cancellation and all of that.
On the subject of revision, we will revise.
We will recess and come again.
Revise, recess, and come again. We hope you enjoyed every segment of this episode. It's Drai and Jude coming to you again on a political segment on 45 TV. You know it. Comment, like, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. this is where the discussion starts. Politics concerns you and I. If we don't talk about it, you know what? Technicalities are always going to be used against us. We deserve better. Thank you. See you next week.
See you all next week.